Hi, I'm Deborah Louie and I'm a new publisher to C&T Publications, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to Machine Magic. I specialise in decorative stitch applique and domestic machine quilting, and so I've combined these two loves of mine into one beautiful book that I'm absolutely thrilled with. The projects that are in the book, I'd like to show you what they are first off. And the first one is a simple little placemat, and there's 6 placemats, and it's based on one of the flowers, and this flower is Doreen. All the flowers have got different names, and I'm introducing here where you're putting decorative stitches inside the flower, and then once all of that's done, then they get fused onto a quilted background, and then the very final stitching of the outside edge only is of free motion sketch applique. So that's a really cute project to get you started and to understand the process, and that'd be really sweet. Placemats on an outdoor table or something for a summer barbecue. The second project is a little cushion where I'm introducing here a few more of the flowers. So the beauty of my decorative stitch applique technique is that we fuse the shapes together, and there's 2 styles, there's stacked or there's layered flowers. And we're decorative stitching with a stabilizer behind it inside the flowers, and we're using lots of decorative stitching and having fun with the decorative stitching by making it longer and shorter, wider and narrower. So one pattern getting a lot of different looks from it, and it depends on your machine how many decorative stitches you have is how far we can take that. But even if you have a simpler machine with not too many stitches, we can, just by the variety of changing the width and the length and flipping it over from left and right and changing with different stitches and different types of threads is the key to this. So I've used a lot of 12-weight thread, cotton thread, and a lot of polyester threads, which are shiny. And just the difference of those 2 threads with one decorative stitch is amazing, the different looks that you get. And I go through that in the book for you in great detail. But this is a cute little cushion. It's all about the decorative stitches and the decorative stitches in the clamshell and how to quilt it as well. So I'm not this is how you make it and, good luck with quilting. I love to guide you through the whole process of every project. This is a European cushion, and it's pretty beautiful with the little pom-poms. They're even shown in the book as well, but using your decorative stitches to its maximum there. I've also used a 12-weight cotton thread here as an outline keyline, I call it, and what that does, it just draws out all the applique really beautifully with this black stitching, which then matches this chain stitching on the machine with a 12-weight thread. And that's a triple stitch, and every machine just about has a triple straight stitch. It goes forward, back, forward, forward, back, forward. So it does 3 times 1 straight stitch. And with the 12-weight thread, it gives you this really fabulous, big, thick dimension, which is perfect for the stem. So that's the third project, a big European cushion. And then the final project is this gorgeous runner, table runner, bed end runner. It's got a vine here, and I show you how to do the stitching on the vine. All the decorative stitching on all of these flowers and leaves and in the clamshells are done with the different types of threads, different types of stitches. So if you're hesitant to touch those decorative stitches on your machine, really, I'm the girl for you, and this is the most perfect book for you. It will get you loving your sewing machine. You'll really get to know it so well, because we're trying lots of different things, and we're not applying the flowers onto the background until all the decorative stitching is done inside. So when we're doing this outside, we don't have to keep turning and turning this whole work. It's a really cool way of doing it, and I apply this to all my applique now, working in small little units, and it's all in detail for you. How this all started was this very first quilt of mine called A Secret Garden. Not my first quilt, of course, but this of this technique. And I made this for a quilt show. I'm a member of Quilt New South Wales in Australia, and I made it for one of the shows. I got a lovely ribbon on it, which I was thrilled with. Using all the decorative stitches and just having a lot of fun with my free motion quilting as well as the background. And the clamshells are just plain on the outside. And here is a really crisp, clean palette of the mints, the greens, the pinks, and the apricots and yellows. So it's a very certain colour palette I wanted for that. One thing I will like to show you is that I do colour chip. So I'll just come in for you. I colour chip all of my fabrics here so that I can see that that's working really well. And if I'm happy here, with this colour combination, this will work on any quilt. And the main thing with all of this is that you have lights, mediums and darks, and then you have a lot of value, a lot of movement in your work. If they're all the same value, blues, pinks and greens, all the same shade, it's not going to be so exciting. So I make sure that I have that movement, and I do these color chips here. So they're the original and the work that's from the book. This is another little cushion. It's just one flower and a couple of clamshells. Really sweet, nice and easy. I've made here a couple of new cushions. These are the flowers from the book. Daisy, Jenny, there's a Claire flower, there's a Lisa flower. So these are all the members of the flower garden, and they're all members and friends of mine names. So I've used those. But, I beg your pardon, it's all upside down. There's a vase down the bottom. But I made those flowers and then I put them into an arrangement and then put them on the quilted base. Nice and easy. Here's another little slim one. That's a cute little cushion as well. Can go either way, and I'll just get that closer so that you can see the nice detail in the stitching. Here is another cushion that I've made. So once you have the skills to do this decorative stitching inside your flowers, you can make up a whole lot of flowers and then put them into any arrangement that you like, that's pleasing to you. And you might have seen that some of the projects have got the clamshells. Well, this is how my clamshells, decorative stitch clamshells, it's called Glamorous Clams, as was originated a few years ago, of teaching people how to use their decorative stitches on the machine. So I thought I'd incorporate the clamshells as well as the flowers. I'm just going to take down this quilt now. And here is some work here that is just in design concept at the moment. And I've taken the flowers from the book and I've got some in original size. I've enlarged them 20%, some of them 50%, and even some of them 100%. And then I want this much larger, so I've only just started, and I'm just going to have a whole great big bouquet of flowers to make a quilt. And then this one here, I've just started, and I'm making them as in blocks, and I'm just putting strips around them, to all different size strips around them to change it up a lot. And then I'm going to have the center medallion and then the blocks going around, so it will be much larger than this, but I'm having a bit of fun and play around with this. This one I have put the flowers on the background to start with. They're just the small ones, but all these larger ones in here, I'm going to be doing the same technique as I've shown you in the book, using the decorative stitches inside my flowers. So the book is called Machine Magic, and by Deborah Louie, that's me, and I really hope you love it. It is all step by step by step, and it's about how to use your sewing machine as well. So if you're hesitant with your sewing machine, I'm not sure what that button does. Well, I show you what a mirror reverse button does, what an elongation button does. How do you stop and tie off? How do you start and tie off your stitches? So this is what I do. I teach people how to use their sewing machines and make some beautiful work at the same time. So machine magic, and let's make magic on your sewing machines. I hope you enjoy it. Bye for now.